Welcome to the good life. Welcome to the good life.
The wait is over.
Welcome to the good life.
Good morning, and welcome to The Good Life with me, Eileen. We are here on Money Monday, and I am excited about today's show. We are really going to get into it with Kenneth Barnes a little bit later in the show, because I'm going to introduce you to people you thought that you knew. When they were 25, these people were just like you and me. They have grown to be highly, highly successful. And I want you to kind of know their story. Open your mind to living differently in the world, because they are who we are. The only thing different is they took that jump. They took that leap of faith. So after the break, we're going to jump into that with Kenneth Barnes, and we're going to find out what 21 highly effective people were doing at the age of 25. Because if they can do it, we can do it too, because that's the good life. We always start Monday mornings with Telly, my partner in voting. Good morning, Telly. How are you?
Why you sound so...
Because I'm excited. Because we're supposed to be awake. We're alive. I opened my two eyes. That's a gift God gave me. Everybody didn't wake up this morning. So I want to welcome all of the listeners from New Orleans, all of the greater New Orleans area. I want to welcome my listeners from Gospel is Golden, from Dallas and Fort Worth, and from all over the world, because WBOK and Gospel is Golden is worldwide. So welcome everyone to The Good Life. Thank you for everything that you do. And I'm just really excited this morning because... Telly, you want to really know why I'm excited?
And the Saints lost? Is that why?
I don't even want to talk about that, because that's not the good life right now.
Oh, okay.
That's not the good life now. I can't even talk about that. Nope, can't even do it, because exactly, I decided to stay positive. Because you know why? Because sometimes you need people to lead, so that people, places, things, or ideas to lead, so that we can open our minds to living different in the world. And you know what? California did that this weekend.
Okay, how did California do it?
On Saturday, California Governor Jerry Brown signed a bill that will allow the state to automatically register millions of residents to vote using their DMV records.
Really?
Imagine that. Starting in 2016, every eligible California citizen who goes to a DMV office to get a driver's license or renew one will be instantly registered to vote, unless he or she chooses to opt out. Citizens at current... Wait, what?
Are you serious?
I'm very serious.
Oh.
And I imagine if we took this idea and spread this all over the United States of America. Citizens are currently forced to opt out to their fundamental right to vote through registration, said Secretary of State Alex Padilla, who wrote the bill and pushed for its passage. We do not have to opt into other rights. We do not have to opt into free speech or due process. The right to vote should be no different. I was like, could I get an amen? Imagine forward-thinking people. Now imagine if we had these type of forward-thinking people all over the world, like, one in each state. It took one person to make a difference, and look what California is doing. And they're leading the charge in this. Why can't we do this in Louisiana? We have to talk to our legislators. This man was a legislator. How did he get in office to be able to do this? What did the people do? They voted. Imagine that. They voted him in. And speaking of that, early voting is now. It is now through Saturday, October 17th. So all locations for early voting are open. City Hall office at 1300 Perdido Street, Algiers Court office, 225 Morgan Street. Voters who need any help finding their polling locations can call 504-658-8300. Again, that number is 504-658-8300 if you need help finding your polling location. You can vote now. That's how California changed it. They voted. We can change it too. We have to vote. That's the difference, Telly. They voted their interest, and guess what? Everybody's going to have a chance to vote. Everybody's going to be registered. So
everybody's going to be registered. Everybody's going to have a chance, and hopefully it will increase people's, a lot of people are registered in the state of Louisiana. A lot of people are registered, but I think it's incumbent on the process and also the candidate to convince people to cast a vote for someone. And so, of course, on this show, we never tell people who to vote for,
right,
but just ask you to read up on the issues and make a decision to vote.
Please do.
Hey, my mother, God rest her soul, would always say, well, I'm going to vote for the woman. Well, Mama, well, y'all men have been messing things up for a long time, so I figure I should vote for one. She said that about an election in which Darrell Atkins ran in. She was a big supporter of that lady. And so, whatever your interest is going to be, to the women, maybe you're voting for women because women have your best interests at heart. I can't tell you why that wouldn't be the smart or right thing to do if you see that person can go ahead on your interest. But the other thing I think that dismays folks is, just because a person is pro-life doesn't mean that they're also pro-gun. Maybe they are. Maybe you have an interest with people who are pro-gun versus pro-life. Maybe you have different interests within the person who may be who doesn't support gay rights, but who is vested in seeing the DBE process stay.
Yes, could we get DBE statewide? I'm going to put that out there. We're trying to get DBE statewide. Hello.
Yeah, that's a tough one. That might be tougher than voting.
But guess what? Yeah. The first step is to have the idea.
The second step is to have the idea.
And to plant the idea into people's minds, into seeds. Like, hey, what if we had a DBE statewide? Imagine how different the state could be.
That's
and so guess what? If we started to talk to our legislators and say this is our number one issue, and if you're not going to vote for this, then we're not going to vote for you. How about that? And then, didn't President Obama say a couple weeks ago to start voting in blocks? And even if you have to vote, single issues, maybe that should be our single issue. Why not? We're not going to vote for you if you don't want to do a statewide DBE. Imagine that. Imagine if every listener of the WBOK family right now decided, I'm going to vote for a DBE statewide. Why? Because it's good business for the state of Louisiana. It's good business everywhere, for every state to have it.
Did you go to church yesterday? You were awfully ambitious and happy this morning.
I meditated, I prayed, and I do my thing, and I'm about what's best for everyone, not just me. I want to take care of myself. I want to love myself, and I want to, do what's right. But this is about bringing everybody up. This is about bringing the community up. I can't do it by myself. We all have to do it together. I can go in there and vote by myself, but it takes all of our votes. What you doing? They running after you? What you doing this morning?
They're not running after me, but they must be trying to save a life. That was the ambulance.
Oh, well, hopefully they are saving a life. I'm going to go do my part. But if we vote in blocks, what a difference our voice will be heard. It's the squeaky wheel gets the oil, so I'm going to squeak as much as I can for all of us.
Okay, so let me put you on the hot seat this morning.
Okay,
You're
go ahead.
always talking about voting.
Okay. Hello? Did I lose you? Maybe so. Yes, I am always talking about voting in blocks. Because if we vote in blocks, that is what's going to make a difference.
So how will voting in blocks help your people? How will it help African-American women? Let's put African-American women in the hot seat.
Okay.
How will voting in blocks help African-American women in the governor's race?
In the governor's race. Okay, what about pay equality? Let's start there.
Okay.
Number one, the governor has pull. Let's just put it like that. So if he wants something, he or she, let me state that, number one, he or she wants something to pass, they can generally get their interest to get it passed. Correct? How many times?
That's correct.
Right. So if the governor wants there to be equal pay for women, it will probably happen. So if we all choose a governor that wants equal pay for women and we make it known that that is our priority and that we're going to vote a single issue, we're going to be single issue voters, and we're not going to vote for you if you're not for this, we're going to vote for the person who is, then that's going to make a difference.
So let me ask this question.
Yes.
Well,
because 52 or 54% of the households are run by women.
Okay.
Hello.
Okay.
I
get it.
Right.
So,
well, wait. I'm sorry. I'm still on my soapbox.
Go ahead.
And this was brought up on Gumbo Talk last week. After school care was $8 an hour for Jeanette, and there are some people who are making minimum wage. So your minimum wage isn't even taking care of your child for that hour. So it's actually financially beneficial for you not to be at work. That doesn't make any sense. It should not cost you more in after-school care than to go to work for an hour. It shouldn't cost you more. At what point are our legislators and the people who are making these policies going to look at this and be like, it's not fair? It's not fair on a basic level. Would you want that for your daughter? Would you want that for your niece? No. So why do you give that to other people's children? At what point are we going to start taking care of each other? It's ridiculous. We're always worried about ourselves and our self-interest. What about our community? We are only as strong as our weakest link. Let's take care of them. It's ridiculous. Go ahead, Tilly.
Well, I mean, it is your show, so you supposed to talk.
I'm just like, you asked me a question.
So let's go back to, we're playing devil's advocate in that.
Okay.
You said that you should be a single issue voter.
Yes.
So what if I, as an African American man, my single issue is I don't believe in gay rights.
Okay.
And because Eileen is asking to be single issue, and because all of the candidates are a supporter of gay rights, and I'm not, my single issue is not being met through the individual's candidacy, so it makes sense for me not to vote.
No. I think you should have a list of priorities.
You just said that I should be a single issue voter.
Yes, you should. Now have a list of priorities. Which one has the highest percentage of moving forward if we create block voting?
Okay.
Gay marriage is done through the Supreme Court. Do you literally, through this process right now, possibly can I move this forward? Or am I making less than minimum wage? Maybe I should start thinking about the economics first. And if that's, on my list, maybe I should take care of that second. But you need to make a priority. My priority is taking care of myself and being a decent citizen in society. That's me. And now, see, we could agree to disagree because that's not necessarily my stance. But if that's yours, go for it. And if that's your number one priority, go for it.
Okay. I get it. I will say this from lobbying in Baton Rouge. I genuinely don't think, and I think it's how the argument is articulated, I don't think that some of the larger contractors associations and the people who control vote in order to come up with equal pay for women, I don't think that they actually have anything against women. In fact, some of my friends who work in those organizations that may thwart those issues in order for the Lilly Ledbetter Act, actually, their companies don't have a problem with paying women equal pay. They just don't want to pay more people more money, truthfully. And so by having it, now, it may sound absolutely terrible on the surface, but one of my friends in particular for those organizations said that would just be another group of people, particularly women, that we would have to pay more money, and that will mess with the bottom line. Sounds absolutely terrible, but I saw it actually play out 2 legislative sessions ago. So it is important that, the voters or the people of New Orleans and the people of Dallas and who are in Fort Worth who are listening to the show, as they go into, their elections for their local offices, but also the congressional races on next year, realize that your interest is going to have to be predicated on how it benefits you and your community. I mean, immediately when you walk out the door, think about the things that are important for you. This morning was trash pickup. You have to get in your car. You have to go past a pothole and a stoplight. You probably have to drop your kid off at school. You want to be able to do those things. You want to be able to go to the grocery store because it's Monday and we cook red beans in New Orleans. And so if you're stopping at a Circle Food store, wherever that place is, you want to have, decent prices in order to buy product. So there are a variety of regulations that are happening all around you for every single thing. You slip and fall in the store, somebody voted on that, and cast a vote on that. Whether you pass a red light and you get one of those tickets that's going to come in the mail and you got to pay whatever that amount of money is, there's someone who casts a vote on that as well. So it is significant that as we talking about, particularly for this block of African American women, how you unilaterally combine yourselves, how you immerse yourselves into one to find the issue that is resonating for you. And sometimes when you find a message, say, for example, like Black Lives Matter, they find a message that everybody, and this is a street word, wants to bite now. Now it's everything matters. It's this person matters. Sometimes you can find, a voice and then now turn that voice into something that can be helpful. I don't think he can just be saying, oh, everyone votes. Well, Eileen, I understand why you're saying that, and I understand that we die for our rights, blah, 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 but tell me how it's going to affect me here and today. And you got to get past just saying, oh, well, those politicians lie. They say one thing, they get in office and do another thing. That's kind of like saying, well, I'm going to choose not to date anymore.
Right.
Well, I mean, yeah, Eileen, the relationship may have not worked out. But, unless you're going to be lonely for the rest of your life and choose not to court or be with anyone or share a life with someone, that's kind of like you and a politician. Y'all are sharing your lives together. And so if you choose not to be in a relationship with them, you choose to be on the outside, then when something terrible happens, it's difficult for you to express how you feel when you haven't participated. So.
Exactly. And another part of voting, and I bring this up because the Million Man March was this weekend. It was Justice or Else. That was a theme. It was the 20th anniversary of the Million Man March. And, C-SPAN was the only national media outlet that covered it. Just a little FYI. So that's one more reason that we want to talk about it this morning. But one of the most important themes was passing the torch. That was the conversation. A theme of it was passing the torch. Are we passing the torch? Are we making sure that our generations that come behind us, those community leaders that are listening right now, you're in your 70s, 60s, maybe upper 50s. Are you passing the torch? Who are you teaching behind you who is going to build the legacy in our community? What are you doing? Who are you bringing up? If every one of us takes somebody and brings them back up, what a difference we can make in the world. And so I challenge you to do that because that was one of the themes. Reach back and bring somebody else up. And don't just make sure that you're bringing them up, bring them up in their faith. Bring them up economically. Because, if they can't take care of this, that, and the other, then it's difficult. Make sure that they're straight. Bring them up and educate them with voting. Educate them on policy. Educate them on legislation and how things change. Make a difference. Make a difference. I challenge all of you to make a difference. Vote. Telly. You're like, what's wrong with you this morning?
Yes.
I know we were talking about the Million Man March, and 20 years ago he was kind of just reaching out to the men, but this year he really reached out to everyone to make a difference. It wasn't just about men. The first march on October 16th drew a ton of attendees, mostly of them black men, to Washington from all over the country for more than 12 hours of speeches, calling on black men to take responsibility for improving themselves, their family, and their community. But you know what? We're calling on everyone, and that's what they did. That's what they did this weekend. They called on everyone because it's all of our responsibilities. We need to build our families. We need to build our community, and we need to make a difference. When we all rise up, that's what the good life is all about. Go ahead, Telly. We're going to close it out.
I would say that it is. I have two very young black sons, 7 and 1, and I want them through their own eyes to be able to see a man, to see one who works really hard and busts his butt to take care of them, one who loves his family and takes care of their big and little sister and their mama as well, but also realize this level of discipline that is necessary to teach them that you're not just there on your own.
Right.
That there was Mama B who came before you, who sat in front of a sewing machine for 18 hours a day in order to take care of your daddy and your sister. And your aunt and your uncle.
You got to wrap it up. Oh, I think I lost Sally. But Farrakhan, who was 82, spoke to the crowd. He said, "We who are getting older, what good are we if we don't prepare our young people to carry that torch of liberation to the next step? What good are we if we think we can last forever and not prepare others to walk in our footsteps?" So I challenge you today to challenge your younger generation to walk in your footsteps and teach them that's the good life. This is Eileen. This is Money Monday. I'll be right back with Kenneth Barnes, and we will be opening your mind to people. So see what they were doing at 25, because they're just like you and me. The only difference is they jumped. Let's take that jump when we get right back.
Are you looking for a better way to get fit? Bored with the same old routines? Looking for results or a way to instill discipline in the kids? Tiger Rock Martial Arts is the answer with Taekwondo, kickboxing, and self-defense classes. Tiger Rock diversifies your training in ways that allows individuals of all ages and fitness levels to feel like a champion. Join Tiger Rock today. TigerRockNola.com or 504-455-9694. That's 504-455-9694 with a 3-class starter pack starting for only $38, which includes your training uniform. Learn, grow, and succeed with Tiger Rock's 3 convenient locations: Old Metairie, West Bank, and Clearview. There's no better time to start gaining strength, skills, and protection for life than now. 504-455-9694. 504-455-9694. See you on the mat.
Eric Caulfield represents a new kind of leadership for the state Senate. He's honest, independent, dedicated to public service, and his qualifications are impeccable. Eric is a Morehouse man, graduating Phi Beta Kappa, and earned his master's and PhD degrees from MIT. He was appointed by President Barack Obama to serve as a White House Fellow and served as Chief Policy Advisor to former Newark Mayor Cory Booker. He's an urban planner, scientist, inventor, loyal Democrat, and today a candidate for the Louisiana State Senate. Eric's work for President Obama here in New Orleans resulted in $4 million in construction jobs, street improvements, housing for nearly 70 homeless New Orleanians, and a renewed commitment to helping the people he wants to serve.
That is why I went into government, to get things done. I'm Eric Caulfield, and I'll bring a new kind of leadership to the state Senate.
Vote for Eric Caulfield, number 41, State Senate, District 4. Paid for by the Committee to Elect Eric Caulfield.
Hello?
I need help. My hair is a mess and my man texts me telling me to be ready for 8. He has a surprise. What am I going to do? My stylist takes forever.
I got you. Call Ringlet Salon. I just left there.
Where?
Ringlet Salon. They took me within minutes and had me in and out in no time. Very professional, and I scheduled online at ringlets.com.
For real?
Girl, for real.
Does Ringlet Salon hook up your roots?
Looks like I got a perm, and you know I'm anti-chemicals. Ringlet Salon has my hair soft and bouncy. I'm getting the Brazilian Blowout Express next week. It eliminates frizz for 6 weeks.
6 weeks? Okay, I'm all about Ringlet Salon. Where are they located?
Ringlets has 2 locations, one at 4712 Paris Avenue and one in the Hilton Hotel on the river. That location validates parking for 4 hours and is open on Sunday.
Perfect for a working woman like me. That's all I needed to know. I'm going to be fresh from my man.
You will if you schedule your appointment at ringlets.com. That's RINGLETTS.com.
Bye. Go and make my appointment with Ringlet Salon now.
Sick and tired. We're all sick and tired of Bobby Jindal cutting our schools, keeping tens of thousands from getting health care while he runs for president. That's why so many of us are voting for Democrat John Bel Edwards. John Bel Edwards is the only candidate for governor who supports an increase in the minimum wage, who voted for equal pay for women, and John Bel stood up to Bobby Jindal when he attacked our hospitals and universities. David Vitter and the Republicans all oppose even a small minimum wage increase and equal pay for women. They would be just like Bobby Jindal, and we can't have that. Election Day is Saturday, October 24th. Early voting starts October 10th and goes through October 17th. If you are sick and tired of Bobby Jindal, vote for Democrat John Bel Edwards. Paid for by Louisiana Families First, not paid for or authorized by any candidate or candidate committee.
Universal Printing in New Orleans East is the place to go for all of your digital printing needs. Universal Printing offers a wide range of printing services and promotional products. They handle everything from business cards to personalized prescription pads. They even print yard signs, banners, and vehicle magnets. Stop by Universal Printing at 9900 Lake Forest Boulevard in New Orleans East near Reed. Or give them a call at 504-244-1177. That's 504-244-1177. Come on down to Universal Printing and let the experts handle all of your printing, marketing, and promotional needs so you don't have to.
Do you know anyone with less than perfect credit? At KB Enterprises, they specialize in restoring your score. Learn how to increase your credit score with 100% satisfaction guarantee. A+ rating with the BBB, 10-year track record of removing negative items including repossessions, foreclosures, bankruptcies, tax liens, student loans, and more. Kenneth Barnes and his team at KB Enterprises are excited about helping you restore your credit and achieving your financial goals. Whether it's acquiring a home or purchasing a car, don't miss this opportunity to change your life forever. For more info, give them a call at 504-577-4139. Log on to www.kennethbarnes.org and be sure to tune in to The Good Life on Money Mondays and get your financial tips for the week from Kenneth Barnes so you can live the good life too.
Listen to WBOK 1230 AM anywhere in the world. Live at www.wbok1230am.com. WBOK 1230 AM, talk radio in New Orleans.
Welcome to the good life. Welcome to the good life.
The wait is officially over. Good morning, good morning, good morning, and welcome back to The Good Life. Welcome all of my listeners from New Orleans, Dallas, and Fort Worth, and all over the world. We're really excited to be here today. I am here with Kenneth Barnes of KB Enterprises. And Kenneth, I want to know, making a big life change is scary. But
yes,
what's even scarier? Regret.
Yes, that's the worst punishment and torment in the world.
The worst. So I want to open every person who is listening, I want to open their mind to living differently in the world this morning. I want you to jump. We are going to discuss what highly successful people were doing at the age of 25. But you know, we like to do a little twist on things and open people's minds. So that's what I'm going to do first. Because there are 5 black-owned businesses that make more money than your favorite entertainers. And I bet you have never even heard of these companies, but they are making $500 million or more per year. Did y'all hear that? $500 million or more per year. That's $500 million. I like the way that sounds better, Kenneth. Don't you? $500 million?
Absolutely. And a couple of them grossing over a couple of billion in revenue.
With the B.
Female owned.
Hello, exactly. If they can do it, you can do it too. Everybody started somewhere. So we're going to talk about these businesses that have grown, because the small business person listening right now, you can do it too. And then we're going to talk about some people who are 25 and see where they were and think about where you were. We can all do it. The only difference is they jump. Number 1, Worldwide Technology, Inc., founded by David L. Stewart in 1990. It's a small product reseller. Worldwide Technology, Inc. has grown into a global systems integrator, meeting the needs of large organizations. Worldwide Technology earns more than $6.7 billion. Did y'all hear that? $6.7 billion in annual revenue, staffs more than 3,000 employees, and has more than 2 million square feet of warehousing, distribution, and integrated space. Forbes ranks Worldwide Technology, Inc. number 59 on the 2014 largest private companies list and 28 on Fortune's 100 best companies to work for on 2015 list. And guess what, y'all? It's black-owned. Did you know that? Now you know. It's a good life. Number 2, Act One Group, founded by Janice Bryant Howard and based in Torrance, California. This human resources and management solution company hires for Fortune 500 companies serving a wide range of industries from entertainment, finance, technology to biotech. Act One generates more than $2.2 billion a year, female-owned, black-owned. Open your mind, y'all. Open your mind. Anderson Dubose Company, founded by Warren E. Anderson and based in Lordstown, Ohio. This company provides logistics solutions in the quick service industry, delivering to more than 500 McDonald's and Chipotle restaurants in 3 states. Anderson Dubose employs 400 people and makes more than $540 million annually. Guess what, y'all? It's Black-owned. Open your mind. That's the good life. 4, Global Alliance Automotive, based in the rebounding city of Detroit. You can do it anywhere. People talk about Detroit. You can do it anywhere. This company is a global automotive parts supplier with a worldwide network of independent companies that provide solutions to the evolving needs in the automotive industry. Global Alliance is Black-owned and makes about $520 million a year. Thompson Hospitality, founded by Warren Thompson and based in Reston, Virginia, is the largest minority-owned retail food service and facilities management companies in the country. It is Black-owned, y'all heard that, family-run, keeps it in the family, and has more than 4,000 employees and makes just under $500 million a year. So what does this tell you?
Well, I can tell you right now, I am so inspired. I'm a fan of Money Mondays myself because this information and this knowledge, and I believe, Eileen, this is my opinion, but generally I'm 98% right on it with my gut instinct. And what I believe, the reason why we don't hear about these things is because if you hear it and you're exposed to it, now your belief system is now stretched.
Thank you.
And that's the reason why they don't get any recognition. I'm like, this should be on TV every day.
Every day.
All the times I was watching 106 in Park on BET, they should have been having these people on here.
Exactly. They make more than your most popular entertainers.
Absolutely.
But why aren't their
we're being
stories heard?
Entertained and not being educated.
Because they want to keep our mind confined. They want to keep our mind confined, but that's not the good life, and that's what we do. We are opening your mind to living differently in the world. Those are 5 Black companies that are making $500 million a year or more. One is $6.7 billion. If they can do it, why can't you? The only thing is they jumped. Jumped. So I'm going to talk about a couple people that are highly successful people and what they were doing at age 25 because it's going to astound you. The only difference is they jumped. Y'all, you just got to jump. Everyone's path is different to success. For some, it's mostly linear. Others encounter more twists and turns and bumps along the way. And I got this article from the businessinsider.com. I absolutely love it. So, if sometimes you just want to open your mind to like thinking, get your little business groove working, go into Business Insider. And I kind of want to touch on this first one because I thought it was kind of interesting, especially with the elections going on right now. Hillary Rodham Clinton had just graduated from Yale Law School. At 23, Hillary, now a Democratic presidential nominee, obviously, began dating a fellow Yale law student, Bill Clinton. Y'all, they were just law students. How many of you listening out there have been law students? I know there are a lot of lawyers and attorneys that listen to the WOK in the New Orleans community, and I'm sure in Dallas and Fort Worth and all over the world as well. They were just law students at some point. What are the differences in what they decided to do and what you decided to do? They took a jump. They took a leap of faith. Here's one that I think is really fun. Mark Cuban. We all know Mark Cuban. He owns the Dallas Mavericks. Mark Cuban was a bartender in Dallas. For all of my Dallas listeners right now, he was a bartender in Dallas. At the age of 25, Cuban had graduated from Indiana University and had moved to Dallas. He started out as a bartender and then a salesperson for a PC software retailer. He got fired because he wanted to go close a deal rather than open a store in the morning. Did y'all hear that? He got fired because he wanted to go close a deal rather than open a store in the morning. He took a jump. That helped inspire him to open his first business, Micro Solutions. He said, when I got to Dallas, I was struggling. Did y'all hear that? When I got to Dallas, I was struggling. How many of us are struggling right now? He said, I was sleeping on the floor with 6 guys in a 3-bedroom apartment. Let me repeat that. Mark Cuban, when he got to Dallas, he was struggling, sleeping on the floor with 6 guys in a 3-bedroom apartment. He used to drive around and look at the big houses and imagine what it would be like to live there, and he used that as motivation. He opened his mind to living differently in the world and created a new reality for himself. So what's the difference between him and you? He took a jump. He took a leap of faith. Kenneth, what's the difference?
Well, one of the biggest differences is that he wasn't afraid to take the risk, even though it's scary. He had a lot of fear. It was a big risk. But also, too, there's a couple of factors that played into that role of his success with that transition from his current company, where he worked at the time before he started Micro Solutions. And one of the things was one of his customers liked him because he was good at what he did. So when he worked there, customers had a lot of favor for him. And so when he did get that big deal, and then, of course, he took the check back when he found out he's fired. He didn't leave the money there. He went ahead, and that was his first customer and also his business partner now to help him start his new location and his new business. So it's all about being good at what you do, no matter what job you're at right now. It starts with having excellence and a spirit of excellence, and then taking that step of faith as well to go forward, because that excellence and getting good at what you do gives you confidence. And that confidence now, I'm afraid, I'm unsure, but I'm confident enough, I'm good. If I put my work ethic with my excellence and my spirit of excellence, the chances are I can win.
Absolutely. So I want you all to stay tuned. We're going to take a quick break, but when we get back, we're going to talk about Ursula Burns, who's running Xerox. What was she doing at 25? Warren Buffett, what was he doing at 25? Oprah Winfrey, what was she doing at 25? Stay tuned. This is The Good Life. It's Money Monday. We're going to open your minds to living differently in the world, and we'll be right back.
New Orleans Masters of Groove, the Funky Meters, will team up with the legendary Alan Toussaint, Walter Wolfman Washington, and New Orleans' own Queen of Soul, Irma Thomas, at the deliciously entertaining Crescent City Blues and Barbecue Festival, October 16th through 18th at Lafayette Square. This free festival is family-friendly and is powered, produced, and presented by the New Orleans Jazz and Heritage Foundation. This very unique blues festival will include some of the best art exhibits and barbecue in the South with more than 40 local vendors. Vegetarian, vegan, and gluten-free options are available, as well as bread pudding and peach cobbler for dessert. If you're hungry for great music, food, and fun, make sure that you visit us on the web at jazzandheritage.org for a scheduled lineup of all artists performing at the 10th Annual Crescent City Blues and Barbecue Festival to be held in Lafayette Square, October 16th through 18th.
Are you looking for a better way to get fit? Bored with the same old routines? Looking for results or a way to instill discipline in the kids? Tiger Rock Martial Arts is the answer with Taekwondo, kickboxing, and self-defense classes. Tiger Rock diversifies your training in ways that allows individuals of all ages and fitness levels to feel like a champion. Join Tiger Rock today. TigerRockNola.com. or 504-455-9694. That's 504-455-9694 with a 3-class starter pack starting for only $38, which includes your training uniform. Learn, grow, and succeed with Tiger Rock's 3 convenient locations: Old Metairie, West Bank, and Clearview. There's no better time to start gaining strength, skills, and protection for life than now. 504-455-9694. 504-455-9694. See you on the mat.
Eric Caulfield represents a new kind of leadership for the state Senate. He's honest, independent, dedicated to public service, and his qualifications are impeccable. Eric is a Morehouse man, graduating Phi Beta Kappa and earned his master's and PhD degrees from MIT. He was appointed by President Barack Obama to serve as a White House Fellow and served as Chief Policy Advisor to former Newark Mayor Cory Booker. He's an urban planner, scientist, inventor, loyal Democrat, and today a candidate for the Louisiana State Senate. Eric's work for President Obama here in New Orleans resulted in $4 million in construction jobs, street improvement, housing for nearly 70 homeless New Orleanians, and a renewed commitment to helping the people he wants to serve.
That is why I went into government, to get things done. I'm Eric Caulfield, and I'll bring a new kind of leadership to the state Senate.
Vote for Eric Caulfield, number 41, State Senate, District 4, paid for by the committee to elect Eric Caulfield.
Sick and tired. We're all sick and tired of Bobby Jindal cutting our schools, keeping tens of thousands from getting health care while he runs for president. That's why so many of us are voting for Democrat John Bel Edwards. John Bel Edwards is the only candidate for governor who supports an increase in the minimum wage, who voted for equal pay for women, and John Bel stood up to Bobby Jindal when he attacked our hospitals and universities. David Vitter and the Republicans all oppose even a small minimum wage increase and equal pay for women. They would be just like Bobby Jindal, and we can't have that. Election Day is Saturday, October 24th. Early voting starts October 10th and goes through October 17th. If you are sick and tired of Bobby Jindal, vote for Democrat John Bel Edwards. Paid for by Louisiana Families First, not paid for or authorized by any candidate or candidate committee.
Hello?
I need help. My hair is a mess and my man texts me telling me to be ready for 8. He has a surprise. What am I going to do? My stylist takes forever.
I got you. Call Ringlet Salon. I just left there.
Where?
Ringlet Salon. They took me within minutes and had me in and out in no time. Very professional, and I scheduled online at ringlets.com.
For real?
Girl, for real.
Does Ringlet Salon hook up your roots?
Looks like I got a perm, and you know I'm anti-chemicals. Ringlet Salon has my hair soft and bouncy. I'm getting the Brazilian Blowout Express next week. It eliminates frizz for 6 weeks.
6 weeks? Okay, I'm all about Ringlet Salon. Where are they located?
Ringlets has 2 locations, one at 4712 Paris Avenue and one in the Hilton Hotel on the river. That location validates parking for 4 hours and is open on Sunday.
Perfect for a working woman like me. That's all I needed to know. I'm going to be fresh from my man.
You will if you schedule your appointment at ringlets.com. That's ringlets.com.
Bye. Go and make my appointment with Ringlet Salon now.
WBOK, real talk for real times.
Welcome to the good life. Welcome to the good life.
The wait is over.
The wait is officially over. Good morning, good morning, good morning, and welcome back to The Good Life with me, Eileen. We are here on Money Monday, and we are opening your minds to living differently in the world. We are discussing what highly successful people were doing at 25. Y'all, they're just like you and me. The only thing is they jumped. At what point in your life are you going to take that step to do your passion, to live the life that you were here and created to do? Be happy. When you're happy, everything starts to multiply. Kenneth, that is the good life. I'm going to kind of jump into Oprah Winfrey. She was co-hosting a local talk show in Baltimore. According to the Huffington Post, Winfrey was fired from the 6 p.m. news slot at Baltimore WJZ-TV in 1977. Ooh, that was before I was born, y'all. At age 23. In 1978, I was born. A 24-year-old Winfrey was recruited to co-host WJZ's local talk show, People Are Talking. While there, she also hosted the local version of Dialing for Dollars. Winfrey remained in Baltimore through her mid and late 20s until moving to Chicago in 1983 to host AM Chicago for WLS-TV. What if she would have given up when she was fired? What if she would have said, oh, I'm not made for TV. I can't do this. I'm going to go get a 9 to 5. What if she would have given up on her passion, on her dream?
That's right. And I'm sure she thought about it. I'm sure that crossed her mind.
Right?
We all are human. We all have the same fear.
Exactly. And that's the only difference. People who are able to break through that fear, break through to their destiny. That is the only difference. You have to take the jump. If you want something different, you got to do something different. Today's the day. Decide, I'm going to do something different. Listen to this story, Ursula Burns. And I want to start with these 2 black African-American women, or African-American women, whatever you want to call it, because I felt like those are really important ones to touch on. Ursula Burns started out as an intern, but worked her way up at Xerox throughout her 20s. Burns overcame a tough upbringing in the New York City housing project to get a degree in mechanical engineering from the Polytech Institute of NYU, and then a master's from Columbia University. Since then, she's been a Xerox lifer, literally. She started as an intern at age 22 in 1980 and joined full-time a year later after getting her master's. She rose rapidly through the ranks, working in various product development roles, and was named CEO in 2009. Wait, I think that's very important. She worked in various product development roles. How many times are you in a company and you're like, I don't want to go do that. I know that there may be, room for growth in a different department, but I don't want to do that because I like where I am right here. What if that's what you're supposed to be doing? What if you're supposed to learn every aspect of the company so one day you could be the CEO? If you can't run the whole company, they're going to get somebody else to do it because they understand every aspect, right?
That's right. That's right. And it's the same thing in sports. The more positions you can play, the more valuable you are to an organization.
There you go. So sometimes, take that leap of faith and do something that's outside of your box. It may not be the division that you've been in, but it may be your opportunity for growth. Take the leap of faith. She did, and guess what? She said when she came to work at Xerox, she said, I just chose to work. Somebody said, how about this? And she said, okay. And it would go, and I would go do that in the lab. Somebody offered her a job in the lab. That wasn't what she was there to do. And then somebody said, how about doing some business planning? She said, okay. Then she started learning more towards larger global systems. And that's what she does today. If she hadn't taken those leaps of faith and done something outside her box, she would still be doing the same old thing. But she decided to take a jump, and she's living the good life. I think everybody knows who Warren Buffett is. Do you know who Warren Buffett is? Right?
Absolutely.
You know who you know who he is? I didn't know who he is. But I think everyone would be very interested to know what Warren Buffett was doing when he was in his 20s. In his early 20s, Buffett worked as an investment salesman for Buffett, Falk & Company in Omaha before moving to New York to become a securities analyst at age 26. During that year, he started Buffett Partnership Ltd. and invested an investment partnership in Omaha. New York just wasn't for him. That's what he said. In some places, it's easy to lose perspective, but I think it's very easy to keep perspective in a place like Omaha. He kept to his roots. He kept to what he knew was in him. He kept to his passion, and he went on his path. Y'all, he was an investment salesman. How many people out there are listening who may be investment salesmen? If he can do it, why can't you? Only difference is he jumped. Kenneth,
that's right.
An investment salesman? That's what he was doing?
Exactly, and it's good that we're bringing home because now we understand that these people it wasn't no miracle, it wasn't luck. It's unbelievable to hear the background stories, and I'm pretty sure people out there listening right now are rethinking the way they're looking at their Monday right now.
Right.
Due to this information.
Listen to this, and I have a friend, Christine Pichon, who is a designer. She won NOLA Fashion Week, and she is growing. And this one is for her. Ralph Lauren was a sales assistant at Brooks Brothers when he was 25. Did y'all hear that?
You calling her out on the radio?
I did. Good for her. No, because she has stayed with her passion, and I've watched it grow. And how many of us do that? While working 2 and 3 jobs, she has stayed with her passion, and it is blossoming. Y'all, Ralph Lauren was a sales assistant at Brooks Brothers.
You
really?
would have never knew that.
You would have never known that. But open your mind to living differently in the world. That's what we do. This is Money Monday. We're going to create some money because he was just a sales assistant. The former CEO of Ralph Lauren was born Ralph Lifshitz in the Bronx, New York, but changed his name at the age of 15. He went on to study business at Baruch College and served in the Army until the age of 24 when he left to work for Brooks Brothers. At 26, Lauren decided to design. At 26, he decided to design a wide European-style tie, which eventually led to an opportunity with Neiman Marcus. The next year, he launched the label Polo. Y'all, all he did was decided he wanted a different type of tie.
That's right.
How many things do you know and you want, and if you just tweaked it a little bit, it's different. There's something you do every day, and you're like, well, if this were just done a little bit differently, it'd probably be easier. That's the idea. God's planting the seed in you. When are you going to run with it? What are you scared of? Take the leap. Kenneth, how many times do you do stuff every day and you're like, oh, I could tweak that and it would be wonderful? What if you shared that with the world? Go ahead, Kenneth.
Absolutely. All the time, Eileen, and I'm constantly always working on improving what I can do. And the more I'm learning more information about other people who did it, it just stretches me even more. It increases your faith, your belief, and that's why it's so important to learn about different people, just like these people that are not known, not in the entertainment field that we see every day. Mm-hmm. It's inspiring. Just like Ms. Pichon that has her label. You know, people are out there making it happen, doing positive things. We just never get a chance to really see a lot of this work. And once you get exposed to it, it's encouraging because a lot of times we're getting the negative side of things all the time.
Absolutely.
not all this great, powerful things that's taking place. Brooks Brothers to be in Ralph Lauren, and let me just be clear, there's a lot of labels that's come over the years, and Polo has been consistently dominating for decades and generations.
Right, with a little horse on the same shirt, just in different colors. Like, think about that. But guess what? Right? But he created a brand, and people bought the brand. They bought into it. And look what he's done. And I'm going to shout out to Christine Pichon. Her name, the line is K Peach Designs. K Peach Designs. So make sure you look out for that. Y'all want to know what Richard Branson was doing at 25? The one, like, the one that owns Virgin Records and, like, has an island and airplanes and
this is my favorite
airlines and everything. This is your favorite? At age 20, Branson opened his first record shop. Y'all, he opened a record store. That's what he did. Why? Because it was his passion. He loved to do it. He then opened a studio at 22 and launched the label at 23. He figured out what his passion is, and he ran with it. And I say this for our parents out there. Sometimes we squash our children's passions because we tell them we can't. Why can't they? They absolutely can. Sometimes what hinders them is us. We need to stop getting in their way. We need to support them. It may not be the path of least resistance, but it may be the path that's going to lead them to their passion, their goal, and their destiny. Don't squash children's dreams. Branson, he said those early years were tough. He told Entrepreneur Magazine. He said, I remember them vividly. It's far more difficult being a small business owner, starting a business, than it is for me with thousands of people working for us in 400 companies. Did y'all hear that? This man has 400 companies. And when he was 20, he opened a record store. He said building a business from scratch is 24 hours, 7 days a week, and divorces sometimes. He said it's difficult to hold your family life together. It's bloody hard work. Y'all know he's English. And only one word really matters, and that's surviving.
I think you made a great point. A lot of times, sometimes we will crush our kids' dreams inadvertently, but I'm glad you brought that to the forefront as well, because we have to be open. You just never know. They're not in a box. A lot of times life puts them in a box.
Right.
So I always teach this at seminars, born to succeed, programmed to fail. And so we definitely have to be careful with that, because Richard Branson's a high school dropout.
Absolutely. Exactly. A high school dropout. But he knew what he wanted to do, and he was driven to do it, and he never gave up on his dreams. Don't give up on your dreams. I mean, I know you may be in a 9-to-5 or in a situation right now, and I'm not saying go jump and let it go. I'm saying build your dream so it balances each other out, and eventually you can run away with your destiny. Don't say I heard it on The Good Life that they said give it up. Nah, I did not say that. Kenneth.
Yeah, don't get us in litigation.
I did not say that.
Put the disclaimer out there.
Right. But I will say, this is the last one, but not least, and I will actually what am I trying to get the words in my mouth? I will put this link up on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. So follow me on The Good Life Radio Show, The Good Life Radio Show on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. And I will put this link in so you can read about these people who literally made a difference. Last but not least, I want to talk about her because sometimes people are too scared to get in at the beginning. But Marissa Mayer had just started her job as Google, and y'all heard me, she was the 20th employee. How many people I don't want to start with them. They're new. They don't have any security. 20th employee at Google, Marissa Mayer. At 24, Mayer became employee number 20 at Google and the company's first female engineer, number 1, y'all. She remained with the company for more than 13 years before moving to her current role. Y'all want to know what her current role is? It is CEO of Yahoo. I know y'all have heard of Yahoo. Y'all see it every day, everywhere. Google didn't have the sorts of lavish campuses it does now, Meyer said in its interview. She might have stayed then, but I wouldn't if you knew you want to be CEO. She said, but during her interviews, which were in April of 1999, Google was a 7-person company. She said, I arrived and I was interviewed at a ping pong table, which was also the company's conference table. And it was right then that they were pitching for venture capitalist money. Did y'all hear that? They pitched for venture capitalist money at a ping pong table.
Wow.
She said after her interview with Larry and Sergey, they took the entire office with them. They took everybody. And since everyone in the office interviewed you in those days, Meyer had to come back the next day for another round. So everybody interviewed everybody. My only point is, y'all, Whatever the dream is, whatever the opportunity is, sometimes it's right in front of your face and you just don't reach out and grab it. Reach out and grab it. That's the good life. It's Money Monday. Thank you, Kenneth, so much for being here with me. If somebody wants to reach you and they need some financial help, they need an advisor, how do they contact you?
504-577-4139. That's 504-577-4139.
And if you'd like to become a part of the good life, like I know you're dying to do, make sure you give us a call at 504-400-7127. 504-400-7127, because that is the good life. Make sure you stay tuned tomorrow for Relationship Tuesday. We're going to be talking about dating, y'all. How's your dating life? Let's find out tomorrow. This is the good life, and I'm out.